As I've gotten more interested in sort of the varieties of recovery experience, one of the things that intrigues me is these different styles of recovery and how people relate to other people in recovery. I know there are acultural styles. We do have people that initiate and sustain recovery without contact with other people in recovery. They tend to be individuals that were not deeply enmeshed in cultures of addiction. They tend to be people that have very strong natural family and extended family supports for their recovery. We have people with a kind of bicultural style where they relate to a recovery community, but they also function very, very well in the civilian world, often anonymously without any acknowledgement of their recovery status. And then we have people that are deeply enmeshed in a culture of recovery and may have very little contact with the civilian world outside that culture during their early years of recovery and maybe longer. My sense is that people who have had the most severe and complex and chronic addiction problems and have through that often been deeply enmeshed in a culture of addiction where all of their relationships and much of their daily lifestyle has been permeated by the rituals of addiction. For them to recover requires a period of almost extreme disengagement and equal immersion in an alternative culture of recovery. So I think for those individuals, that kind of first isolation and then almost total immersion may be very necessary. In the old style therapeutic communities, for example, with all of the weaknesses built into that system, that is what that therapeutic community did at its best, was provide that alternative culture. The problem with it was they couldn't transfer it from an institutional to a natural community environment when people left. And that's sort of the new innovation that I see going on, is taking the therapeutic community, if you will, and really transforming that and embedding it into the larger community with these new recovery supports and institutions.